In this video, we're overclocking the Intel Core Ultra 7 265K all the way up to 5.7 GHz using the ASUS ROG STRIX Z890E gaming motherboard and AIO cooling. I'll speedrun you through the BIOS and provide some notes and tips along the way. Please note that this is for entertainment purposes only and not the whole picture. Don't just copy the settings and apply them to your system. If you want to learn how to overclock this CPU, have a look at the longer SkatterBencher video that's already up on my channel. Alright, let's do this. When you've entered the BIOS, go to the AI Tweaker menu. Set Performance Preferences to ASUS Advanced OC Profile. This sets a number of BIOS options that help with overclocking, including some that override Intel's default parameters. Set AI Overclock Tuner to XMP1. This lets us rely on the Intel Extreme Memory Profile 3.0 technology. Selecting XMP1 means the motherboard will load the XMP profile's primary timings, frequency, and voltages. However, we let the motherboard tune the secondary timings. Set ASUS Multicore Enhancement to Enabled Remove All Limits. This unleashes the Turbo Boost 2.0 power limits and lets the CPU run at unlimited power indefinitely. Set Performance Core Ratio to Bi-Core Usage. This enables us to configure a dynamic P-core overclock, as we can define the maximum allowed P-core ratio for a specified number of active P-cores. Set 1-core to 8-core ratio limit to 57. Set Efficient Core Ratio to Bi-core Usage. This enables us to configure a dynamic E-core overclock, as we can define the maximum allowed E-core ratio for a specified number of active E-cores. Enter the By E-core Usage submenu. Set Efficient Turbo Ratio Limit 1 to 49. Set Efficient Turbo Ratio Cores 1 to 6. Set Efficient Turbo Ratio Limit 2 to 48. Set Efficient Turbo Ratio Cores 2 to 12. Leave the By E-core Usage submenu. Enter the Digi plus VRM submenu. Set CPU load line calibration to level 6. This configures the load line for the VCC-IA voltage rail, which powers all the compute tile DLVRs. I manually set a relatively flat load line because I want the input power to be relatively stable across all kinds of workloads. Leave the Digi plus VRM submenu. Enter the Thermal Velocity Boost submenu. Set TVB voltage optimizations to disabled. This prevents the CPU from automatically reducing the operating voltage when the CPU is operating at a lower temperature. Set Overclocking TVB to enabled. This allows us to restrict the P-core turbo ratio depending on the CPU operating temperature. In my case, I want to restrict the P-cores to 56x above 60 degrees Celsius and 55x when 5 or more P-cores are active with a temperature higher than 80 degrees Celsius. Set OCTVB configuration limit to per P-core group. Set OCTVB ratio item mode to per core mode. Set 1 to 8 core active to enabled. For 1 to 8 core active, set temperature E to 60. For 1 to 8 core active, set negative ratio offset E to 1. For 5 to 8 core active, set temperature A to 80. For 5 to 8 core active, set negative ratio offset A to 1. Leave the Thermal Velocity Boost submenu. Enter the Max Voltage Limits submenu. Intel has imposed strict voltage limits for their CPUs for the very first time. By default, the voltage limit is plus 200 mV over the default maximum VID. We can increase this to plus 300 mV. Set P-core max voltage limits to 1.45. Set E-core max voltage limits to 1.3. Set the ring max voltage limits to 1.3. Leave the max voltage limits submenu. Enter the performance core VF point offset submenu. Here we want to undervolt all P-cores at VF points 6 and 7, which are mapped to ratios 54x and 55x respectively. Set VF point present mode to all core mode. Set VF point voltage control mode to manual mode. Set VF point 6 offset to minus 35. Set VF point 7 offset to minus 75. Leave the Performance Core VF point offset submenu. Enter the Efficient Core VF point offset submenu. Here we want to undervolt the E-cores at VF.6, which maps to 46x. Set VF point present mode to all core mode. Set VF point voltage control mode to manual mode. Set VF.6 offset to -50. Leave the efficient core VF point offset submenu. Enter the Tweaker's Paradise submenu. Set high D2D cold boot workaround to enabled. This helps fix some booting issues when the CPU D2D is overclocked. Leave the Tweaker's Paradise submenu. Set max CPU cache ratio to 40. That increases the ring frequency by 200 MHz from the default 3.8 GHz. Set NGU ratio to 34. That increases the NGU frequency by 800 MHz from the default 2.6 GHz. Set CPU D2D ratio to 36. That increases the CPU D2D frequency by 1.5 GHz from the default 2.1 GHz. Set actual VRM core input voltage to manual mode. This configures the output voltage for the VCC-IA voltage rail, which powers all the compute-tile DLVRs, including the P-cores, E-core clusters, and ring. Set CPU core voltage override to 1.5. Set performance core DLVR voltage to adaptive mode. That enables us to set an adaptive voltage mapped to each P-core's OC ratio, which is defined by the per-core ratio limit. Set additional turbo mode voltage to 1.4. Set efficient core DLVR voltage to adaptive mode. That enables us to set an adaptive voltage mapped to each E-core cluster's OC ratio, which is defined by the per-core ratio limit. Set additional turbo mode voltage to 1.25. Set ring DLVR voltage to adaptive mode. That enables us to set an adaptive voltage mapped to the ring's OC ratio, which is defined by the set max CPU cache ratio. Set additional turbo mode voltage to 1.25. Set CPU system agent voltage to manual mode. This dynamic voltage rail powers several parts of the SoC dialed, including the NGU, IMC, and NPU. By setting it to manual mode, we can set a static output voltage from the voltage regulator. Set system agent voltage override to 1.3. Set VNN AON 0.77 volt voltage to manual mode. This static voltage rail powers several internal voltages, including the D2D interfaces. The VNN AON voltage is pretty important for Arrow Lake CPUs, as it is part of the voltage multiplexer for many IP blocks, including the cores and ring, typically serving as the floor voltage in power-saving scenarios. Set VNN AON voltage override to 1 volt. Then save and exit the BIOS. We rerun some benchmarks to ensure everything works as intended and check the performance increase compared to the default settings. Higher is better, and all of our benchmark scores are higher. The highest core clock reported in the operating system is 5700 MHz. When running the OCCT CPU SSE stability test, the average CPU P-core effective clock is 5495 MHz with 1.268 volts, and the average CPU E-core effective clock is 4787 MHz with 1.251 volts. The average CPU temperature is 93 degrees Celsius. The average CPU package power is 304.2 watts. And that's it. I want to thank you for watching, the Patreon and YouTube members for their continued support, and see you next time.